use the SOAP framework, emotional SOAP process, decision matrix, and action to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're going to talk about all those things today as part of today's content. SOAP framework, of course, is a framework that we're using to deal with an emotional challenge that we're currently facing in our business. I chose frustration because not only I'm frustrated in my business some days, but I think a lot of people are. And so it's an emotion that we want to have positive ways of dealing with, and taking that frustration and turning it to excitement, curiosity, positive energy, problem solving, solution focused. So that's why we're addressing it today. I'm also using frustration for my personal life because I've been noticing it's creeping in more than it did a long time ago. And I don't like the feeling of frustration, the way I have defined it. And so we're looking at using the tool decision making to implement step 3 of the SOAP framework, which is A for action. We want to act now. We want to analyze the alternatives that we looked at yesterday. We brainstormed a big list. I brainstormed, I think, 20 some, and I picked just 5 to apply our tool to today. The tool I want to share is the decision matrix. A decision matrix is just what the name sounds like. We make a matrix of the options and then the criteria to evaluate those options at, so we can quickly and easily and visually usually make a decision on which option to take action on today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. Now, today, right now. Learned from Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn decades ago, literally in like the 1980s, to never leave the scene of a decision without taking some sort of action. And I've lived by that for the most part. Once I decide something, I'm going to go with it, and I take action immediately to reinforce that decision. And then along the way, until I achieve the thing that it is that I say that I want, or until I reach the decision point that, yep, this is a decision I made, here we are. So we're going to look at different criteria, and I'm going to share the criteria for this from the urine analysis. It's one of my favorite decision-making tools. We'll cover it again. I know it's got a creepy, weird name, but it's very applicable. It was at least during the COVID pandemic when I came up with it. So we're going to ask ourselves, and I've just wrote down 5 of the criteria that I'm looking at. I picked 5. I often pick just 3, but today I felt the urge to pick a couple of more to demonstrate the matrix. So I'm doing a 5x5 matrix with urgent, resources, important, necessary, and energy or effort as the analysis criteria, the decision-making criteria. And then the options I'm looking at are rules and definition changes. Because guess what? We have the power to change what everything means whenever we want to. We can decide what DEI means for us. We can decide what everything means, abundance means for us. We can decide what action means for us. We can decide what emotional and what every emotion that is out there that we all experience as human beings. We get to decide and define what that means for us. So what I mean by this is I changed the definition of what it takes for me to experience in my body and in our organization the feeling of frustration. We all agree on a definition change or a rules change of what it takes for us to feel frustrated. So for me, I recently, like in the last couple of days, realized that I have a pattern of 3. And if I ask somebody to do something 3 times and they don't do it, I get frustrated. If I ask my granddaughters to do something 3 times and they don't answer me or don't look at me or don't pay attention, I get frustrated. That has nothing to do with them. They're obviously, their attention is elsewhere. Same at work. Usually they have other priorities and other things, and instead of explaining it to me and telling me why they haven't done what I'd asked them to do, I get frustrated. Well, that doesn't do anybody any good. So maybe we take that and we say, okay, instead of 3 times, I have to ask 100 times. That rule is never going to get broken because I'm never going to ask anybody anything 100 times, including my granddaughters. So the rules change. Hire a coach, hire a shrink, or have some kind of a psychological, mental, emotional expert come in and work with our group and with our teams. Take a workshop, maybe hold a workshop in the organization. And then the last one is have a mastermind or join a mastermind. Probably create a mastermind within our organization to address emotional issues, etc. So then we take that, and for each of the criteria, we rate it. In this situation, I will go 1 through 5, and then each one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5. And then I just add them all up, tally it. Whatever one's got the highest number is the one I'm going to take action on. Now, you can see I'm probably going to take action on number 1, which is the rules change, for a lot of reasons. Number 1, it's urgent. It's easy to do. It doesn't take any resources, really. It is important. It's necessary if I want to get the results that I personally want in my personal life as well as for the business. And then as far as energy, is it necessary? It's not absolutely necessary, so I only gave it a 3. And as far as energy and effort, I gave it a 3 because I, at least in the Be a Better You annual challenge, I have to do that myself. No one's going to do it for me. No one is going to set our definitions for us unless, of course, we let them. If we give away our personal power and let other people decide what things mean for us and accept their definitions, then other people are doing our thinking for us and we're not doing our own thinking, which I never recommend ever for anyone. All right, so we'll tally that all up. So this is a just quick and dirty version of a decision matrix. So I challenge you today to take the options that you came up with. You can do them all if you want. I've done that before where I'll just put it in the computer and I'll do a spreadsheet and I'll run down. If I have 20, I would go 1 through 20 as far as lower numbers for resources and effort, and then higher numbers for urgent, important, and necessary. It makes it a little complicated, but it's really easy when then all you have to do is add across and the highest number wins, right? All right. If I can help you with anything, or if I can help you with the decision matrix, or thinking about the criteria for your decision matrix, or any possible options you might be considering, I say just analyze 3 to 5. Don't get super carried away with it, or you'll spin your wheels and then you'll get distracted, and we don't want to get distracted. The whole purpose of this is to pick something to take action on today. So once I decide what to take action on, or the matrix tells me what to take action on, now I have to brainstorm, okay, what I'm going to do first, second, third, or I always just ask myself, what is the next thing I need to do right now to make an action toward this particular criteria or this particular option. All right. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.